Hello students, this is Professor Samya Insram, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Oriental Institute of Science and Technology, Bhopal. Today we are here to have a video lecture on Energy and Environmental Engineering. So, in this subject, we'll cover all aspects of energy, distribution of energy, and effect of energy on our environment. Keeping both the factors in our mind, we'll go ahead in understanding different aspects and how to maintain the sustainability in the environment to create a proper balance. So, in our first lecture, our topic will be renewable sources of energy. As we all know, what is energy and what are the forms of energy basically. So, starting with energy. Energy is what? Energy is the capacity to do work in a very simple language. Energy is the capacity to do work. In terms of physics, energy is the quantitative property that must be transferred to an object in order to perform work. That is, it's a quantitative quantity that is required to perform a work. So, we all know the law of conservation of energy, that energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed. That means we can neither create it nor we can destroy it. So energy is basically what? A capacity to do work. If we talk about the unit of energy, the SI unit of energy is joule. So basically joule is what? Joule is energy transferred to an object. Okay. When we move an object from a distance of 1 meter and suppose the force acting against it is 1 Newton, then we say the energy required is 1 joule. Okay, so 1 joule is the energy transferred to an object by work of moving it at a distance of 1 meter against a force of 1 Newton. That is why it is called a standard unit. Okay, going further, now we'll come to sources of energy. Renewable energy. What are renewable sources of energy? As we know, renewable sources are those which can be replaced, which are not going to end very fast. It can be replaced and regenerated. So our emphasis is using more and more renewable sources of energy so that we can create a balance between renewable and non-renewable sources. What are the renewable sources of energy? Solar energy, wind energy, water, thermal, these all are renewable sources of energy which we can get from the environment. They are not going to be exhausted soon. If we talk about the renewable sources of energy, solar, sun is the most important source of energy. Solar energy can be used in different forms, in the form of solar cells, solar water heaters, solar panels. Many examples are here. If we talk about the solar cell, what basically a solar cell does? It just transfers light energy from the sun directly into the electricity. But efficiency of the solar cell is not very much. They are only able to convert 25% of the sunlight into energy. On the other hand, the electricity produced or the energy we get from the solar cells depend on the area of the solar cell. What is the exposure area, surface area, and the intensity of the light falling on that cell. So, this is an issue with the solar cell. So, they are not as much efficient as we think. Producing enough electricity to power a town would require a very large area of solar panels. Very large area of solar panels will be required, but they are okay for if we use these to meet the household needs. What is the problem with the solar cells? That we can't use these cells in the night. If we want to use them, we have to use some batteries which can capture the light and then store the energy and give it to us when there is no solar energy available. Okay, scientists are continuously working to develop improved solar cells which require less polluting chemicals in their manufacture, cost less to produce, and more efficient solar cells. Effective use of solar cells. They are mainly used in remote areas where the availability of electricity is not much easier as we have in our areas. So they are used in the remote locations. The use of the solar power is the way removes the need to lay electricity cables. One of the advantages is that we don't have to lay electricity cables and wires when we are using solar cells. Okay, there are many examples of solar driven devices. Like we have calculators. They can be kept in the sunlight, they get charged, and then later we can use them. Solar panels which we have placed on our terrace. Okay, moving to the other part, we have wind energy. Wind power is another example of renewable sources of energy. Windmills. Windmills are the best example of wind power. Windmills which use the wind powers to grind corn. In Britain, windmills were used to grind corn. What basically windmill do? Windmill rotates according to the flow of the wind. We have wind turbines. Wind tur- we were talking about wind turbines. Wind turbines use large blades to capture kinetic energy of the wind. And they are wind turbines. Kinetic energy is used to directly turn a turbine and produce electricity. So if we talk about the wind farms, in wind farms what we have number of wind turbines which whose kinetic energy is used to produce electricity. So the solar energy, wind turbines, windmills, solar panels, solar cells, these all are renewable sources of energy. Okay. Now moving forward, we have wind farms. As I told you, wind farms are what? Where we can use number of wind turbines. But placing number of wind turbines in an area is not that easy because we have to see many things. Because if the land is wind farms require large amount of space, as we all know, but the local land can also be used for farming at the same time. So it's an issue that where we are creating wind farms, so it should not disturb anything else of our environment. So wind farms are not that easy to create, but still we can see wind farms in area which are mostly windy. Effective use of wind turbines. The energy produced by the wind turbine depend on the wind speed. Obviously, it depends on the wind speed. If it is not windy, electricity will not be produced. This is the major drawback. It's every day is not the same. Some days it's a windy, some days the winds are not blowing, so there is an issue. There is not any certainty of electricity or energy creation by wind turbines. So we have to be very particular about these issues. Hydroelectric power. Hydroelectric power, we, we have uses from decades to operate machines. Like the flow of water can be used to turn turbines and which can directly convert the energy into electricity. If we talk about the hydroelectric power, building a dam across the end of a river is the best option of using hydroelectric power. Building a dam, okay, this is done high up in mountainous areas. Hydroelectric power stations are able to start up electricity production quickly. Quickly we can generate electricity using hydroelectric power. Okay, hydroelectric power is also very reliable. Here what happens is the high pressure of the water flow turns the turbine and we can generate electricity from it. This is mostly used. Effective use of hydroelectric power. Hydroelectric power stations need to be situated in mountainous areas such as North Wales or Scotland. Damming the river causes the river valley to flood, which could mean that houses and villages are destroyed. Creating a dam is not that easy because in the dam area we have a great flow of water, and due to the heavy flow of water, sometimes that area may become floody, and that is dangerous for human beings. So we have to be particular about these things while constructing a dam or using hydroelectric power. Then we have water power. That is the wave power. The rise and fall of the wave can also be used as a source of energy, but Still, the rise and fall of a wave depends on the environment, on the weather conditions, what is the intensity, what is the pressure, and many factors are included in this. Okay, in Scotland, we have the first commercial wave energy device. Its low profile is designed so that it does not affect coastal views. So, rising and falling waves can also be used to generate energy. Tidal power. Tidal power involves building a dam across a river estuary. Again, for using tidal power, we have to build a dam. Okay, tidal power is able to provide a lot of electricity. When we built a tidal bridge, it resulted in some form of the estuary being flooded. Being flooded is a cause of a danger. So, sometime while using these dams or building a tidal barrier or around estuary, we have to be very particular that these doesn't cause any harm to the human being or the environment. So, effective use of tidal power. Tidal power provides a regular source of electricity. Exactly, when this electricity will be produced and governed by the tides, which will depend on the moon. Obviously, uh, tides will depend on the moon. That is on the weather conditions. Monthly variations in the tidal range will also affect how much electricity can be produced. Again, monthly variation keeps on happening in the tidal waves that will affect the production of electricity. Means the production of the electricity will not be same throughout. Sometimes it can be high, sometimes it can be low, and sometimes it can't meet our requirements. Most important for geothermal. Geothermal is, as we all know, we have rocks. Okay, these there are many radioactive decay of elements under rock. Okay, and they generate lots of heat. When free flowing water is drawn on this hot rocks, they convert it into steam, or we can get a hot water. This steam or the hot water can be used to generate electricity, as we can see in the picture. In rocks under the ground, radioactive decay of elements such as uranium release heat energy that warm the rocks. The steam and the hot water, which rises naturally to the surface, can be harnessed to generate electricity. And as I told you, the steam and the hot water, which rises naturally, can be used to generate electricity. And we have the largest geothermal plant in California, which can generate up to 750 megawatts of energy. So, what we do for basically for geothermal energy, we drill down the wells down to the hot rocks, and the cold water is pumped. हम क्या कर रहे हैं वहाँ एक dam build किया, then we are pumping the cold water down. So when the water gets heated, and it will turn into steam, and that steam can be used to generate electricity. This is how geothermal form of energy can be used. So we have discussed many renewable sources of energy, and hope it was an interesting topic and a good understanding you get from this video. So we in the next video we'll be discussing more sources of energy, that will be non-renewable sources of energy, and what are the impact of using these sources on our environment. Till then, stay safe and wait for our next video. Stay safe and wait for our next video. Thank you.